This is what having a misfire feels like. Welcome back. Another crispy quality video from your boy. As you can see, I currently have on my hands the six OEM Nissan spark plugs for my piece of shit Infinity. And we also got, well, they're not necessarily OEM, but they're pretty OEM coil pack of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. All 6 right here. Just received these in the mail like a couple of days ago. This one I just received right now. So that's always a plus. And then I got obviously the spark plugs. Now I'm making this video specifically because I want to, and because a lot of people don't know how to replace it on these cars, which, as you can see, are not easy. Step number 1 is actually take all the leaves out of your car.
This are the materials you're gonna need for this specific job, and yeah, just make sure you have them all before you start, because otherwise it's a pain.
So I'll be replacing all 6. I've already had a misfire, so I just want to be careful and, get them all done. I'm gonna grab this 10mm. You will see me using the Milwaukee most of the time because it's just, I hate doing the E forever, so this does help. First off, you always want to take, well, you can't really do anything unless you take the cover off, which are 10. There's 5 10mm, which I'll show you. First things first, take off the cover. Boom. Simple cover, just take it off. Okay, now that we've kind of exposed all of that, right there, that clip, oh shoot, that clip right there, you do need to take it off. Yours might be facing down. Since I've already replaced this side, I had to prop it up, as well as that one down there as well. And then all you need is just the other 2 hose clamps, which are right there is a 8mm, and then this one over here is an 8mm. You will also need a 5 for the throttle body itself over here. I'm gonna get some gloves on, but yeah. So you just want to kind of go like that. Maybe grab it real quick. The car is freaking burning right now. All right, you kind of just want to wiggle it off the pipe there, and as you can see, it's coming off. And then here, you grab the other one. This one you can just put. This one you can just kind of like move it down. If you get the right grip, you can just kind of wiggle it, pull it down. As you can see, well, I hope you saw that. It's down. So then you just kind of politely give it some, motivation to come out. And then eventually, if you wiggle it enough, it'll actually come out. Well, let me know. Also, you want to use the there is a hose connected to the actual, it is a vacuum, but it's the only you want to read. And then boom. Your little vacuum box thing is out. I'll put that to the side. Make sure you don't get it dirty. I mean, it's not, it's not like you're gonna kill the engine if you get it dirty, but just try to avoid it as much as you can. Also, I do recommend grabbing some rags. This is just for me. Like, I like to be precautionary as shit. So you just kind of just leave that there. You can get regular paper, like just one of those like simple papers, but I like to just put that, or just cover it like this, just to make sure like nothing gets in there, because I don't want to risk it. This car is already a pain in the as it is to fix. I don't want to have to fix more stuff. Next things is just take off the whole kind of, hold on, take off this pipe. Take off the intake hose. There we go. That's the actual name for it. You have to just wiggle it off. Sadly, there's no, well, there might be an easier way, but for me, it's just easier to wiggle it off. There we go. As you can see, this side is loose. The car is freaking burning me up, but this stuff is loose, and then you kind of gotta wiggle this one out. So I'll come from this side, and I'll just start kind of wiggling it out as much as I can without breaking it. You might need to use a finger to push it out, but as you can see, intake hose out. I like to cover the throttle body as well, just for now. I don't want to get any dirt or grime in there. Usually, well, I'm about to probably do it right now, but I want to put some brake cleaner just to kind of clean the area, if that makes sense. Just some simple brake cleaner. I like to just kind of just be generous with it. Not too much, but not too little. Kind of just aim it kind of all near what we're going to work on, just to kind of clean it up a little bit if it has oil or anything, just to clear it. Well, I hope you can see it. I'm trying to hold the camera as steady as I can, but there's one ignition coil, and then there's two more. There's one underneath that throttle body, and then there's another one right back there. I don't know if you can probably see it there. It's somewhere back there. I just know it's somewhere back there. Pop it in there. Just, right. Come on, get in there. There we go. Bolt is out. Make sure that you don't lose that bolt. If it's a little annoying to get to, you will also need one of these magnet tools, just because it's easier to grab bolts. That one is thankfully, you know, stuck. So we're just gonna pry it out by hand, grab it, put it somewhere where you know it's that one and you don't mess with it. It's a 5mm hex bolt, but I use a 3/16 bolt and it actually worked too. So you should be good with a 3/16 also. 3/16 Allen socket. Regular ratchet, just pull up in here, just loosen them up. They have a crush washer, so you want to make sure you don't lose that one, because if it has a crush washer, it means it's probably, you know, meant to be movement or something, and you don't want to loosen. You don't want to lose that. Loosen them up. And then the other two, one on the other side, bottom, and then one on here, which I'll just move you guys. There's the other one on there. There's one right there, and there's another one on this side, which I wouldn't get to see, but you probably can. So, well, I'm trying to see if you can see it, but that little bolt right there, that little thing right there is your other bolt. So I'm gonna try to get it off as best as I can. I ended up just grabbing two little extensions. You can use a longer one and the 3/16 socket, and it should work just fine. And I went under the AC line just so it's a little more comfortable and a little easier to move the ratchet. So when I take it off my hand, so and then just it means I'm gonna work to make it off. So kind of easier. You know, I'm actually I just this. But where's the hand? Yeah, here. I don't know if I can do my hand off. Now, it's easier to see. We did all the now. You just basically do anything. I don't know. I'm going to do it. Everything out. Hallway. I think, you know, no, never ever. If you don't have the car, please. Don't even just do the crew. If you have it, you want to, you can. I'm going to do it. You want to do it. This bolt, I'm going to make sure I don't lose the bolt. This throttle body is hot as frick. But as you can see, you can just kind of, I gotta clean the inside of that with some brake cleaner, because that looks disgusting. And I'll show it to you. Yeah, that looks disgusting. So I'll clean it up later on. Other one right there. That's one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's one bolt. That's one of the ones in the back, which the clip is gonna be a pain in the cheeks, but we do it anyway. And then there's the other one right over here. I'm gonna just do it now before I forget. Make sure everything's covered, by the way. Don't get this anywhere. If it is flash, but thankfully I have towels everywhere, so nothing dirty, hopefully. You know what? Just put the towel in here. If it is kind of dirty. Yeah, it's dirty right there. Yeah, it's filthy. Alright, let's put some more. Right there. Just grab a rag, kind of clean it. Yeah, it's filthy. I kind of want to open the throttle just to see if I can clean the middle, but I don't risk it, so no, not doing it. There you go. Ouch. Once again, I will be using my impact because it's just easier, and I don't want to, you know, have to take out a screw for 10 years. So just loosen them up with the impact, and then use the ratchet to take them actually off. Use it only to get them to extend, and then I'll take off and I'll put the ratchet back on to actually tighten them up. Because yeah, you're not fun. All right, the other two screws are right there in my hand. I'll put them aside as well, just to make sure I don't lose those. As for taking that off, I might just get a screwdriver or even just so. I'm gonna try to like unclip it first. Usually you can always like pull them out or like rotate them a certain way to give you more room. All right, I'm just gonna plug this in because it's a lot easier. I'm gonna try to take this one out. There you go. This can come out. All right, I'm gonna grab a. All right, unplugged one. Oh, it's almost out, but it's a bit. There we go. Got it. All right, after as you can see, the connector's off from the actual ignition coil. So we're gonna move on like there's no rain. Try to wiggle it out. You can move this hose like from side to side if you need to. As you can see, brand spanking new, has oil and everything. I mean, not oil, grease. All right, this is a spare one that I'm gonna keep because this is a brand new one that I replaced recently. I might keep that one and like maybe two of the OEM ones just to have them. This is the OEM one that sucked, that took a crap. So I'm just gonna toss that shit out. Say goodbye to the old one. Out with the old, in with the new, just like Chris Fix says. Chris Fix is the GOAT. So what I'm gonna do now is actually get a new spark plug and a new coil out. So by the way, also tossing this one out. The old OEM plug is getting tossed. The socket for these are 9/16s. So you'll need let me just zoom in out. Why am I trying to work with that? You need the ratchet, extension, a 9/16s, or if you have the spark plug adapter for it, right there is a spark plug. As you can see, it's a 9/16s. It's a really skinny one. You want to get kind of extender to get more comfortable. All right. Also, I did just realize you might want to get a extension for the top piece. It doesn't need to be a long one, just a regular one, just so that way it's a little easier to reach. You can just drop it in there. Oh, there you go. So you can see it's there. It's locking in place, and then just give it a little motivation, a little love, I would say. I don't know if it's loose. I'll try to get it out. By the way, have your next one ready because you kind of don't want to leave this open for too long. Thanks for the rain. I'll show you the unboxing because I always think car parts are fun to unbox. So you open the box and then you get a brand new spark plug. Why did I go country? I don't know. I'm gonna take out this spark plug right here. Oh, that is hot. That is burning. Okay. As you can see, this one is, well, if it would focus. As you can see, this one's pretty much brand new. So it kind of looks a little dirty, but that's normal. It's wear. I really had to drop it in with this, but I like to kind of guide it in there a little bit. Now it's not gonna come off, so just kind of loosen this up, drop it in there. All right. Nothing. And I'll just. Like where I feel it's kind of tight, because remember, you don't have to really like tighten them to like Narnia. You don't have to do that. This is a Nissan. This looks like an aftermarket one, not gonna lie, but still brand new coil. And I don't think they ever did a tune-up on this car, so it's always nice to go ahead and do it for it. All right, just push the coil till it locks kind of in place with the thing. have like a little washer. You know, these are the bolts. You always want to line up, you know, the hole beforehand, but this kind of works. Make sure it's in. There we go. We take that off. We use a ratchet because, you know, I don't trust wrenches. So as you can see, we tighten them up kind of as much as we can on hand. We don't want to give it too much because then you're going to break the plastic, because yet again, the coils are plastic. So naturally, you know, you don't want to do that. That was one coil and one spark plug. And now we just have to do it 5 more times. So new coil, new spark plug. Yeah, this one's torqued now. There we go. Should be enough for it to be out. Stendo Cuzzo. Grab the spark plug. Grab it with your hands. Make sure you don't drop it. There it is. This is the terrible Nissan OEM one. And as you can see, it's a little rough. Can't lie. There's not too much oil residue here, which probably means we're good with the oil. And yeah, that looks disgusting. Favorite part of everybody's day, unboxing the new one. I am making this whole entire video for this, so I'll just do these two and then I'll move on to the other one. I'm gonna do it kind of like a time lapse, so I won't show you me taking it off, putting it back on, because it's kind of the same thing. Just taking that off. There's more vacuum lines, so you want to be careful for those. You know, you just want to loosen up the hose clamps. All right. Then you're gonna grab your channel lock or your little hose clamp pliers. You're gonna crimp on this. Kind of yank it back and try to take. Well, you're gonna have to take that off, but you also gotta take this one out. But come on. There you go. All right. Hopefully I didn't break anything. So that's how you take that off. A little vacuum kind of capsule. Now we come and do the same thing on this side. We yank this out. Then we yank that side. Once again, round two. Same thing. Little torque bit.
So basically, I didn't know the camera cut off, but I did. So I just took off the throttle body and I'm cleaning it, and now I'm just gonna cut straight to when I'm taking out the ignition coil.
Alright, this one, I see what they meant, but it's a little bit more uncomfortable. Because I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but back there's a lot of hoses nearby that area. So I guess why they say that. And then here, you know, the whole rat's nest. Grab your Phillips. Yeah, your Phillips head. It is more annoying than the usual, though. I will say that. Let me try to see if I can softly kind of like pull it out. Boom. Yeah, it came out pretty easily, so it's not too bad. You press down, pull it out, pull out the connector. I hope you guys saw everything I just did, because if not, then that's gonna look like an annoying demonstration that I'm about to have to do. All right, come on, get out. Shoo. Same thing for the other ones. Kind of press it down. You press the back of the adapter all the way, and then you kind of wiggle it with this just so that it comes off. And then this coil is actually a little easier to get to, but seems to be more stuck. All right, boom. Oh, that's not good. Fresh oil right there. That ain't good, buddy. That ain't good. No. Oh well, it doesn't seem to be too bad, which maybe is a good thing. The 3 ignition coils and the 3 spark plugs all over here, and you know, now it's just installation time. Ooh, that's cylinder 1, and cylinder 1 ain't looking too pretty, guys. Cylinder 1 is full of oil. Come on, there we go. There we go. You want to use your funny little wand. You want to reach in there, grab that spark plug, pull out the spark plug. Well, I'm not gonna unbox this one, just new spark plug. So drop that bad boy in. By the way, if you don't know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna put the screws. First of all, we're gonna, put the damn thing back in place. All right, so same thing, same deal. First, you put this one at the bottom. But anyways, you kind of want, well, this one doesn't have the little thing down here, so it's a little easier to kind of, I guess, wiggle it in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, that ain't coming out, that ain't coming out. Remember, one at a time. So put this one in first or the other one first, whichever one, I guess. I'm doing it this way just because I feel like it's a little easier. Putting it in like sort of halfway just to kind of get this one in, and then I'll put it fully in because I feel like that way it's just a lot easier. After much negotiation, it finally goes on there. I hope I cut that part out because I just showed my whole entire back of the head because this thing wasn't going in place. Now you just gotta pull this back to kind of where it was and let go. Boom. Done. Hopefully, cross our fingers, everything is right.
My phone connected to Bluetooth, so it basically made the audio cut out. But I basically just put the bolt back on for that little vacuum thing, and I just let the car. So here I'm just putting the cover on. I just wanted to make sure that the car warmed up fine, everything was fine. The audio obviously didn't go through, but everything is fine. Now I'm just putting the cover on just to make sure, I finished the job fully. Then I clean up the tools. I try to rev it. Well, I did rev it. It's just you can't hear it. But yeah, that is just pretty much that.
All right, so. Alright, I don't know if you can see me, so I try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. If you can see me, now you can. Alright, so out of the 6, all sides considered, I've kept 3 of the good ones. These are the bad ones, by the way. These are the ones that I'm throwing out. I want to keep 3, one of them being the auto light, and then the other 2 from the car. The cleanest ones I can find from the car. That way I can have a spare 3, because worst case scenario, the whole one side goes out. I can always have, the spares to replace the whole side out. And if not, then if it's one out, then I'll just put. Alright, so. Alright, I don't know if you can see me, so I try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. If you can see me, now you can. Alright, so. Alright, so. Alright, so. Alright, I don't know if you can see me, so I try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this clip, because this took me a long time. It took me about, well, it's 7 now. I started like a 5, 4 something, 4, so 3 hours, almost 3 hours. It did take me a long time because I lost the boat. Also taking it off, like taking things off took me a while, but if you have time, do it. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy, somewhat easy. Thank you for enjoying this video and hope it helped a lot of you out, and see ya. Peace. My kneecaps.
This was supposed to be a cool before and after, but yeah, my audio cut out for most of it, so it was just pretty much useless footage. So yeah, just enjoy this last little clips of me backing up, and that will be it for the video. Thank you very much for tuning in.